The dragon. A name that still echoes through the world of martial arts with intensity, respect, and mystery. But what if I told you that even today, decades after his passing, some of his most iconic techniques are still feared by trained fighters? That's right. Bruce wasn't just a movie star. He was a revolutionary and innovator who changed the way people look at hand-to-hand combat. In this video, we're diving deep into Bruce Lee's most feared martial arts moves, the kind of moves that leave even professional fighters second-guessing their next step. These aren't just techniques. They're statements of dominance. So stay with us until the end, because what you're about to learn might change the way you look at fighting forever. This is Bruce Lee's moves that are still feared by fighters today, only on techniques of martial arts. Let's begin. The fear begins, why Bruce Lee's moves still matter. Before we dive into specific techniques, we have to understand why Bruce Lee's moves still trigger fear in modern fighters. Bruce wasn't confined to tradition. He broke the mold. In an era when martial arts were bound by rigid systems, Bruce introduced freedom, fluidity, and real-world application. He developed Jeet, a style that prioritized efficiency, speed, and unpredictability. His movements weren't bound by flashy showmanship, they were forged in practicality and forged for survival. Modern MMA owes a massive debt to Bruce Lee's philosophy. But while most fighters have evolved with time, Bruce's techniques still remain untouchable, feared because of their speed, accuracy, and destructive potential. The intercepting fist, the move that ends before it begins. At the heart of Jeet Kune lies the intercepting fist, also known as the straight lead. It might look simple, but don't be fooled. This strike is a sniper shot in a world full of wild swings. Bruce once said, "The best defense is a strong offense." And that's exactly what this move embodies. When your opponent commits to an attack, Bruce's lead punch would strike in the middle of their motion, cutting off the threat before it could even begin. Why is it feared today? Because it's almost invisible. It doesn't telegraph. It doesn't waste time. It travels the shortest distance between 2 points straight from Bruce's fist to his opponent's face. Even modern fighters respect the straight lead because it's pure efficiency. No wind-up. No flashy setup. Just surgical precision. It's a move that punishes mistakes and leaves opponents stunned by its suddenness. The low side kick, a weaponized sledgehammer. Now let's talk about one of Bruce's most devastating tools, the low side kick. This wasn't your average kick. Bruce turned this into a battering ram, targeting an opponent's knee, thigh, or shin. The goal? Destroy their balance. Immobilize their base. End the fight before it escalates. Unlike high kicks, which carry risk and require more setup, Bruce's low side kick was fast.
What if I told you that Bruce Lee wasn't just fast, he was untouchable? Not in theory, not in fantasy, but in real life. The dragon didn't rely on luck, flashy moves, or movie tricks. He built a system so sharp, so instinctive, so precise, that even trained fighters couldn't land a clean shot. This is not just martial arts, it's self-defense mastery. And in today's video from Techniques of Martial Arts, you'll finally understand why Bruce Lee couldn't be touched, and how you can begin mastering the same principles. Stay with us to the very end, because what you'll discover may change your entire approach to self-defense. The myth versus the truth Was Bruce Lee really untouchable? Let's address the elephant in the room. People say Bruce Lee was too fast for the camera, that he could snatch coins from palms before fists closed, that no one could hit him. Is that an exaggeration? Not really. Multiple sparring partners, including pro fighters and martial artists from around the world, confirmed it. Bruce Lee was unbelievably elusive. Not because he danced around, he wasn't showy, but because he mastered distance, timing, and anticipation to such an elite level, it was almost like he could read minds. This didn't come from talent alone. It came from a complete dedication to self-defense science. Jeet Kune, the science of not getting hit. Bruce Lee's self-defense art, Jeet Kune, wasn't created just for fighting. It was designed to win. Clean. Fast. Efficient. And without wasting energy. The first and most important rule? The best way to not get hit is to not be there. Bruce Lee. He didn't block if he didn't have to. He didn't take punches to give one back. Instead, he intercepted or evaded, striking first, fast, and without mercy. Let's break it down. The four invisible shields, Bruce Lee's defensive mastery. 1. Distance control, the invisible barrier. Bruce Lee's understanding of range made him nearly impossible to hit. He stood just outside your striking distance, but close enough to explode forward with a punch before you could react. This is called the fighting measure, and Bruce trained to operate in it better than anyone alive. He knew when to move, where to move, and how to draw you in just to punish you when you committed. Fighters today use this in MMA, but Bruce Lee was doing it decades before it became standard. 2. Timing, the ghost factor. Speed is nothing without timing. Bruce Lee could move faster than most humans, but what made him exceptional was when he moved. He trained reaction time drills using cues, feints, and rhythmic pauses to lure you in. Then he would strike half a beat before you acted. To you, it looked like he could read minds. But in truth, it was all about timing drills measured, trained, and repeated thousands of times. 3. Intercepting, hit before you're hit.